Alright guys, welcome back to the Bang No Boy Roddy channel. In today's video what we're going to be doing is we are in the bathroom. And what I want to focus on today is, as you can see by the title, of how to brush your teeth properly. Now, there's going to be a lot of people in the world, probably, because I myself, that brush their teeth really fast, not really getting all the areas, and they're not really using too well techniques, because sometimes people are in a hurry. And, you know, then they kind of don't get brushed as well as they can, and then that kind of happens. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be demonstrating how to brush your teeth properly, and the techniques and all of those stuff that you can be using, as well as the extra paraphernalia that you can bring to your bathroom to use to help whiten up the teeth. I'm not saying that you got to do this every single time you brush your teeth, because there are going to be times you're going to be in a hurry, but when you have more time to focus or something, such as on a weekend, you can do some of these extra things that will be specified today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach into my mirror medicine cabinet here. I have it divided into a side that has all dental care things in it. I'm going to open that, and I'm going to pull out all of the criteria that we'll be using today. I will not be using a spin brush today, however, but that is my spin brush in there. And I had the battery out of it, but I do use that sometimes. You can use that. That is a more recommended thing to use. So basically what you do when you turn that on and it starts spinning, you're going to put it inside your mouth. You're going to gently move it across your teeth, like this. And then that's how it gets the job done. We are going to be using a regular bristle brush. That has bristles on it, but this one is not motorized or anything. So I'm going to grab that toothpaste, and I think that's all we're going to need for today from there. I'm also going to grab mouthwash as well as whitening strips. I will not be putting the whitening strips on today, but I will be showing them. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my toothbrush here. This is the toothbrush we're going to be using. Any bristle toothbrush will work for this. It's not motorized if you want to use a non-motorized one. So just any generic toothbrush. If you're wondering what this toothbrush in here for, next to the motorized one, that one is for retainer, for when I get my next set of braces and I have to get another retainer. I use that to clean the retainer. So that is not going to be going into our mouth. But that's an example of one that you can use for this. I'm obviously not going to be using the soap brush. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our first key point here. And that is going to be our toothpaste. I'm using Pro Enamel Repair Whitening here. We're going to unscrew the cap, and what we're going to want to pay attention to here is the quantity of toothpaste that we put on. We're going to try and go for a smaller quantity, because a little bit goes a long way, and for two reasons. Not a lot of toothpaste, you tend to swallow it, and it has fluoride in it, and that's terribly bad for your body. And also, as the more and more you spit out, it goes down into the pipes inside the sink, and that kind of gets clogged. And then you have to clean it, and it gets all icky and brown, and it's quite disgusting, and it does clog around in there. So we want to kind of limit that to as low as possible. So what we're going to do here is we're going to unscrew our cap, in which we're going to proceed to put a little dab there. That's probably even a little much, but that's an all right quantity. We're going to screw our cap back on, and we won't need any more toothpaste here. Also, something you can use to set as a timer, to time yourself to make sure that you're at least brushing for 2 minutes. You're obviously nowadays going to use your phone and use a timer, but one of these little things my dentist gave me is this little sand timer. You flip it over, it takes 2 minutes. It's just easier than opening an app or something. You're obviously going to use your phone, but I just have this here. I have a phone too, so don't, act, I'm like weird. I'm the person who, but that's just quicker to use. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our toothbrush, we're gonna wet it a little bit under our sink faucet. Now this is where I'm gonna pull the camera down here. So we're by the sink. We got the bathroom all decorated here. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna proceed on the front teeth, these areas here. I'm actually gonna start at the back. Actually, these molar teeth back there. I'm gonna start by slowly brushing. Like that. That's gonna spread the toothpaste around in there. Then I'm gonna move to this side. The right, your left. My right, your left. I'm gonna move over there, and we're gonna slowly back and forth and in circular motions. And once we've done that, I'm gonna move over to the other side. We're gonna start on this side of the molars, and we're gonna move to the bottoms of them. Move to the other side. That's where you're gonna spit your toothpaste out. Now that we've done that, we're gonna move to these front teeth here. We're gonna proceed to do this. And it is very important that you do not scrub, because that rubs the enamel off your teeth. So it's very important that you're not doing it real hard. But you want to do it thorough, but slowly. Okay? Now we're going to move on to our bottom set of teeth and repeat the molar strategy. Our move to the front and then to the other side. Now, there's a lot of plaque that builds up behind this bottom set of teeth, behind it. And you're not going to be able to really get all that plaque. It's more of a dentist's job. But you can get some of it. How you do that is you're going to lift your brush like this and angle it. Push it down as far as possible and get in those crevices. Now we're going to repeat everything we just did, and that should get us to about 2 minutes. Right? And the one last thing that we're going to do here is get our tongue. It's going to feel quite unpleasant, but it needs to be done. Alright, so now we're done with the tooth brushing part. So after that, we can proceed to put our toothbrush back. Maybe up here. Mouthwash here. This is Crest Pro Health. No non-alcohol. It's for anti-gingivitis and anti-plaque oral rinse. Now it does have quite a bad aftertaste, but it matters what it's doing, not what it tastes like. So we're going to proceed to unscrew the cap here. It's clear in color. We're just going to proceed to drink it a little bit. Or you can pour it into the cap. I'm just going to drink it out of this part because nobody else uses it. So, make sure you swish it around in your mouth and then spit, just like I did. Swish it around for longer than that, obviously, but I did. Now, last thing you can do is put on white strips. These are Crest 3D white strips for front and bottom teeth. I can never really seem to get them on my bottom teeth, but I am able to get them on my top. So if you can get them on top and bottom, what you need to do is just leave them on there for about 30 minutes, and you will see a noticeable difference in the whitening of your teeth. Basically, what you're supposed to do with that is over a period of a week, do it every other day. So that's 3 of 5 days, or 5 of 7 days, or maybe it's 4 of 7 days, but just do it for a multitude of days, every other day, a week. They aren't that cheap, but they're not too majorly expensive. I have only used them once or twice. I am going to plan on using them again to whiten out my teeth. And this seems like a very simple thing for me to be making this video about, but it's something that, you know, was kind of underlooked, if that's a word, or underrated, but it's a valuable procedure, and I just figured, you know, something that people may need help with, because it helps prevent some of the diseases associated with gums and teeth that may involve some dental procedures that are they involve a procedure that can be painful, or something that's just, yeah, it's going to be painful, so we can avoid that by teaching these steps. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you would like to subscribe, as that helps out Bang Note Boy Variety channel.